Yeah, we can proceed.
Yeah, okay.
Abhishek won't join Dheeraj.
He'll join one, but can start the music.
Okay. Yeah, Brahmaji, then we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
start.
I'm sharing this. Okay. So today's class is about the custom table updation through custom entity via uh, CR type. Okay. So the requirement is log in the field screen. Customer governance. Manage customer app. Okay. Under this CR tag, okay. Basically, if you observe, so in your screens, so after customer details, so after customer details, so what is the next entity? So it is a roles, right? Roles, address, so bank account details, payment costs. These are the entities. Okay. So our requirement is one new custom entity like roles or address or customer details. So we want to add a separate section by using the custom entity with the custom UI design. Okay. So the requirement is we need to create one entity with the legal data section with one attribute. Okay. Which is already implemented. Okay. So I will show you the step by step. Okay. Clear requirement?
Yeah. Already add చేసిన then like instead of giving the steps which is already added, can't we add now newly?
We can add newly. Okay. So I will explain step by step. Okay. So it will be easy to understand without any back and forth. Okay. So if it is creating step by step, these are so many lot of steps. Okay, so you will miss something. Okay, instead of that, so I will explain one by one what it is and what is the logic, what is the navigation, what are the details we are added. So accordingly it will be clear. Okay, it won't skip anything, but it will be clear cut steps without getting any back and forth errors. Okay, while activating it is taking time, while data model adjusting it is taking time. Okay, so it is not adjusting, so those things will happen, right? So 50% of the steps you already aware of how it is and all. So, but we are doing those implementations step by step for this custom. Okay. So first to implement this any custom uh, entity with the data uploaded. So it is base requirement is it is required a one custom table. Okay. So first you can create the custom table. Okay. The name of the custom table which is already created. So ఈ టేబుల్ మళ్ళీ క్రియేట్ చేయగలదు కదా. సో how to create the table creation you know already.
Yeah.
Okay. So అందుకనే నేను already that
Okay.
I am utilizing that existing one. Okay. So we need to create one custom table. Okay. Note down the steps. Okay.
Mm.
So create one custom table first. So you just provide any table name. So under this you need to maintain the attributes. Mandate is the client number, and so this entity is linked with some main entity. So it means it is a BP customer, right? So for this, what is the unique key? Main number is the customer number. Okay, if you want to create any custom tables, it must be linked with one of the field within the existing primary key, right? Without that linkage you cannot read this data, right? If it is a standalone. So if you write any report, so between two tables you want to fetch the data, so it must be common key to fetch between two different tables like this. Here also the primary key is the partner here, so we need to add one partner attribute here, that is the BP partner number, and you which field you want to create. So whether it is a legal field or with the name with the character type 30, or if you want to create some other attribute which you want, so you can add one more whatever you are required. Okay, so like this you can add multiple attributes within this table. Okay, this is a custom table. So custom table, are you clear?
Yeah.
The next step is in the high level, or the steps are, one is we need to create the custom table. After that we need to create the entity. Then you need entities, custom entities will be comes under data modeling. Okay, so after creating and generating the structures, then you need to create UI design, and that is under the UI modeling. Okay, so the next step is you need to build the logic, so by using the uh, custom handler class. Okay, these are the list of steps. These are the list of steps which are involved to implement this customization. Okay, so create a custom entity. So within this, while creating the custom entity, you need to provide the entity name under this attribute name. Okay, you need to pass the data element, and after that you need to generate the structures. So this is under the data model. Okay, after that you need to maintain one custom enhancement under by using Genil model browser. Okay, so for this, by using this Genil model, so you need, it is required at the UI level configuration. So for that, the prerequisite is you need to create one custom enhancement over here. After that, so you need to go to that UI modeling. For that, so we need to create one custom configuration. Under this, by using this WebDentro component configuration, you need to create it. Under this, you need to use one feeder class. Under this, we need to provide the component and object which you have already created under the Genil model browser. Okay. So after that, so you need to maintain the class and all under this view. Okay. After that, you need to create the custom form in the UI level. After that, inside that, you need to wiring that UIBB. So if you want to remove unnecessary buttons, you need to take in care that steps. After that, to write the logic, you need to create the one custom class with by using the super class. Okay. After that, within that, what are the required methods which to save the data into the custom table and read the data from the custom table to UI modeling. So for this, these are the methods we need to redefine from that custom class. Okay. So these many steps are involved. Okay. Step 1, we have created custom table. Then go to the data model. Okay. So go to data model. So under which data model we supposed to add it. So you need to select that data model, that is here BP. So go to entity type. So here you need to add a custom new entity. So for that, for this is just a maintenance table. So any maintenance, what you need to do to add a new entry. So you need to click on new entries. Okay. So just go to adding the new entity name. The new entity name is ZLEGAD. Okay. So the storage types, if you remember in the first class, there are 4 different type of storage types, right? So this is comes under class type, which already primary key, which is already maintained in one entity, that is a BP header data. Okay, by using BP header is the main class type, main usage type. So we by using that you need to linkage to this entity. So that option is changeable via other entity. Okay, so this option you need to choose. So maintain the entity type. Usage type is changeable via other entity type. So these two you need to take in care here. So rest are all common. Okay. After adding this entry, you need to go to the attributes. Which attributes you want to add it under this entity type. This is a custom entity type. Okay. So custom entity type name is ZLEGAD. So under this, I want to add one attribute. Okay. So here I have added attribute name ZZLEGEDV. Attribute name, and you need to provide the data element name. So data element name you can refer from the custom table. Okay. Okay. ZZLEGADV is the data element. Okay. If you have any questions, stop me that particular point. Okay. If you are not following, if you are not clearing on the concept. Okay. So here you are adding the attribute, assigning the data element. Okay. That's all. So after this, you need to go to the relationships. So go to that entity. So in under this relation, main which entity you want to link it. So here it is the BP header, right? That BP header to our custom entity. So for that, so you have to maintain over here. So this is also just entry. So from entity name is BP header. You need to provide the relationship name. Any name you can put it as. That must be one relationship name. BP to ZLEG. So which entity you want to map it. So our custom entity name is ZLEGAD. So reference type must be leading. Why? Because against that BP, I want to add only one value. For example, my customer, mm, from that customers, I want to add only one uh, legal advisor name. Okay, for that, so cardinality must be mandatory 1:1. Okay, so you can provide the description for the relationship. Okay, so step one, you have created the entity. Okay, you have created the entry, so you are providing this option. Okay, everything by default it will come. After that, you have added the attribute, you have provided the assign the data element. Under this, you are putting a relation between the main entity to custom entity with the relationship name. Okay, so these steps are clear.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so after that, based on this new custom entity, you need to generate the structures. Under data modeling, so this is the node generate a data model specific structures. Okay, select the BP and structure. So here with this entity name, whatever our custom entity name, just select. So if you remember, so each entity we have multiple structures will generate. Okay. So for example, if you look into the BP Central. So under BP Central, these many structures are created. So each structure is the purpose is different. For example, where used from, if you want to use it at the PDF based forms, it is required this structure. So how to find the structure, what is the T code, and how to refer these two columns, how to find the structure. There is
పొజిషన్ కెళ్ళి ఆ స్ట్రక్చర్ ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసి కనిపిస్తుంది. యు ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ us how to go to that structure, right?
for example,
Generate structures.
Okay,
these
then
are the multiple structure for
Generate,
each
we have to
purpose.
generate the structures.
I'm not asking about generate structures. How to where to find the structure name for particular this row. For example, mapping of reuse activate. So what is the structure name for this? Structure name. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కస్టమ్ టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాం. కస్టమ్ టేబుల్లో ఐ వాంట్ టు యాడ్ వన్ కస్టమ్ స్ట్రక్చర్. కస్టమ్ స్ట్రక్చర్ అంటే ఏంటి? కస్టమ్ స్ట్రక్చర్ లో మళ్ళీ మల్టిపుల్ ఫీల్డ్స్ ఉంటాయి. So
BUT 100 BUT 00 అనుకుంటా.
దట్ ఈస్ ఫైన్. బట్ హియర్ ఇక్కడ సో ఈ రో చూసి సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్ అనేది ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది మనకి? స్ట్రక్చర్ నేమ్
BP
Name
center
of structure ఉంది sir, PPBP center.
okay. PPBP central. Okay. So which T code you want to see the structure? ఏ T code లో చేస్తాం?
AT code
So
SC80
SE11
okay.
SE11 లోకి వెళ్ళి డేటా టైప్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసి
ఈ name
ఈ
okay.
ప్రిఫిక్స్
copy it, sir.
స్టార్టింగ్ నేమ్ విత్
Just
స్టార్ అండ్ స్టార్
Mhm.
పెట్టి ఇది ఇస్తే ఇట్ విల్ గెట్ ద కాంబినేషన్స్. అది స్ట్రక్చర్ అంటే స్ట్రక్చర్, లేకపోతే టేబుల్ టైప్స్ అవన్నీ వాల్యూస్ ఇస్తుంది కదా. అది
Okay.
నేను మీరు అడిగారు గుర్తుందా? సో ఇఫ్ యూ రిమెంబర్ హౌ టు ఫైండ్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్.
Find the structure. Yeah. Okay.
So this is the prefix star, that particular structure name. So under this you need to found the structures. So these are the different structures. So for this you need to always utilize the underscore s. This is the main structure for PP mapping. So there are some other structure which are related to something. Flag list, source structures, flag structures, some other purpose. You are choosing this first underscore s only. Okay. So same way we need to generate the structures for custom entity as well. Okay. So ZLEGD, you need to choose the PDF based, and prefix, if it is a custom, it must be ZXX. It must be ZXX. Why I'm repeating? So by default, if it is coming slash something slash, so it won't work. Okay. Just note down this point. So while practicing it, you will definitely facing this issue. So prefix name must be ZXX while creating the structures. Okay. And by default, if you choose PDF based, by default, it will come this name. So if it is a reuse active area, PP ZLED. So if it is a search application, these names by default, by using this selection, these names will be automatically concatenate along with this custom entity. Okay. After that, so you need to choose all these structures and click on generate selected structure. Okay, then only it will be available in the SC11. So I want to see this structure. Okay, what is the steps? ZXX star PP underscore ZLEGD. Okay, so you need to choose out of these two, which one you need to choose. Which one you need to choose for structures?
Source structure for mapping.
So once generated the structures, then only it will be available in the backend, that is S11. So just validate whether it is generated or not. Okay. So this structure is generated. BP underscore header is the main primary. And so this is the actual field. Okay. These things will be automatically generated by using the initial configuration. Means you are creating the custom entity, you are creating the maintain the attribute, you are just linkage between the relationship between main entity to the uh, custom entity. So after that you need to go to the structures, generate structure, you need to provide those options and select and click on generate selected structure. So this all comes under data model level. Okay, so this part was completed. Any questions here? Custom entity, attribute name, data element, generate the structures. Okay, now
Okay.
we need to go to the Genil model browser. So why it is required? These objects need to be assigned at the UI modeling level. So because of that, we need to create one custom enhancement by using Genil model browser. This is the T code. /n Genil underscore model underscore browser. Here, click on enhancement. So enhancement name, you can provide any name, start with ZENH underscore whatever you like. Okay. So click on create and you just provide the name of that. If it is already there, just go to display. Okay. Here two things need to be taken care. So once the enhancement is created, while creating the enhancement, you need to maintain with the name Bupa underscore CUSP. Okay. So this name need to be maintained while creating it. So with reference to that, it will be linkage between the actual standard components. Okay. So this is the enhancement. Under this, there are multiple nodes are available from that. So first you need to create the dependent object. Okay. So just expand it. Okay. This is the dependent object. Okay. So how to create this dependent object? Just right click and click on create. Okay, it is a display mode. That's what it is not coming. So right click, create. So it will give this pop-up. So based on this, component name is Bopa, and you need to provide the object name. Okay, so key structure name you need to provide. Key structure name is BSS underscore BP underscore root underscore key. So this structure is the purpose of while creating the BP, so it will generate one unique number. So for that we need to provide the key structure name. Okay, so this structure contains some business partner GUID. So while creating the customer or supplier, so internally it will generate one unique number with the character length 16. If you go to any BET 000 table, so this is the that must be one table. So this number actually some internal number. Okay, so it is always creating any BP partner or customer or whatever it is through the BP. So it will generate one unique number. For that, it is required to maintain the key structure here. Okay, so one is component name Bopa, object name which you want to mention against that custom entity. For that, you need to provide the name of the object and the key structure BSS BPIL root underscore key. Okay, after that, you need to mention the attribute structure name also. Okay, so this is the structure name. Earlier have already seen, right? So ZZX underscore S underscore BP underscore PP underscore ZLEGD. Okay, this is the structure name you need to provide. After that, root object. Root object, you need to provide BP underscore capital R OOT. So this is the case sensitive. So if you are providing BP underscore capital all, then it won't work. Okay. BP underscore R capital OOT. This is the case sensitive. You need to provide same way. Okay. So this is a object creation. Okay. So under this, these are the information you need to take in care. I hope you already noted down all this information, right? Under basic setting. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Once dependent object is maintained, so this will be shown over here under this. So my object name is JetLager. So I have just mentioned here JLegal. Okay, so enhanced name is this one and JLegal. Okay, now the next we need to go to the relation. Relation will be comes under root object. Expand it. So root object, under this there is a one more node, that is relation. So under this you need to right click and create relation. So after creating the relation, so here also component name is Boba. So relationship name also case sensitive. If you want provide like this, G legal underscore relation, capital or EL. So you need to maintain the same name wherever it is required. Okay. So relationship name and source object is BP underscore root, and source object is one. By default it will come. Relations type is aggregation. By default it will come. So cardinality 0:1. 0:1 means minimum no records, maximum one record. Okay. So under this relation, you need to maintain whatever you have created the dependent object. That name you need to provide here. Okay. So relationship name and assigned name, assigned object name. Okay. So once it is this configuration is completed, just save and come back. So this is under Gmail modal browser. Okay, under Gmail modal browser, you need to create one dependent object with those information. After that, once it is created the data model, so you need to maintain the relation. Okay, so this is step 2. Then step 3 is the UA modeling. So under UA modeling, so you need to create the component configuration. For that, just go to SCIT. So from this, you need to choose the WebDentro component / interface. So after that, you need to provide the component name FPM form UIBB J2L. So this is the standard FPM component. Click on display. So here it will come like this. Okay, this is the backend design for standard. So it is a separate a concept completely to design the application, like how we are seeing the customer governance screen. So by using this FPM, so they have implemented all these logics, views, logic, and backend configuration. Okay, under this we just utilize this standard component. Under this we need to create one specific component configuration for our purpose. So just right click on it and create it. So while creating it, you just provide the custom name of the component configuration. So my component custom configuration name is ZMDG G legal underscore form. Double click on it. So display. Okay, my component configuration will come like this. So first I am going to web SCIT transaction, and I have provided this name, and I have created the component configuration name. Okay. So after that, while configuring this UI, so you need to provide the feeder class name, that is CLBSBP GUIBB form is the feeder class name. So where we can see under this right hand side, so go to the feeder class, click on feeder class. So this is the feeder class. Okay. Display parameter. So here, after creating the feeder, assigning the feeder class with this name, so you need to provide the component name. The component name is BUPA. Object name is whatever you have created in the Genil model. So the Genil model you have created, GLegal is the object name. Okay. So GLegal is the object name. Component name is BUPA. Object name is GLegal. So here there is an option for editable button. So it has to be tick. So the purpose of this editable is, so whatever we are adding the custom fields, it will be enabled as a input parameter. So if it is unchecked, it is just a display. So for that, you need to choose the option editable. Okay. So after adding this GLegal object automatically, so you will get this information. So from this, by default, you will get this field here, and this some header will come here. So accordingly, you can change the text name, whatever you like here, and just create the position. So all this by default it will come. So you just change if you want to like label text instead of legal advisor, you can change some XYZ. Okay. So this position and all everything will be taken care automatically. Okay. So this is EA part was completed. So EA model, so you just go to this component, you have created the custom configuration and providing the feeder class and providing the feeder class parameters like component is BUPA and object name is Genil object name, that is JIT-legal. Okay. So after that, you just go to SM34 and
Hello,
maintain.
Brahmaji.
Yeah. Hi Ram.
Yeah, please go ahead. Don't stop. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. So go to SM34. Provide the view cluster name. So VC underscore MDG underscore BS underscore Genil underscore C is the maintenance table, cluster table. Just select it and click on display. So under this, you need to maintain this information. So component model customization. The component name is BUPA. Object type. So this is the business object type as a standard. So bus 1006. Okay, so where we can get, this is a standard business object type. You can go to SW1. Okay. This is the business object type as a standard. So this is for the purpose of business partners. Okay. So we are utilizing this business object in our custom entity. Okay. For this, we need to maintain the business object type, and the external object name is BP underscore root. So this is a case sensitive. Okay. You should not type all capital letters. You must be maintain BP underscore root, case sensitive name. Okay. So select this entry and just click on component general node. So here, so component name is BUPA and external object name is whatever we have created in the general model, that is JLegal, and entity type in the data model level, that is JLEGAD. So you need to maintain this entry from this cluster table. Okay. I hope these steps are clear, right? So go to SM34 and go to this cluster table, maintain this value. Assign under this, you need to maintain general model and custom entity type. Is it clear? There is Fazana. Hello?
Farzana, are you not there?
And there, Ram, I said, yeah, but until unless we do it,
At least
Then
that
my
is
panel
steps we
second
got
part.
it.
That
Yeah,
is second part.
ఒక్కసారి ఏం చేయంటే ఫర్జానా ఆ టెన్షన్ లేకుండా
yeah.
నా పని ఏదైతే ఉందో బ్రహ్మాజీ ఐ ఫినిష్ మై వర్క్ సో ఐ డోంట్ నీడ్ ఎనీ హెల్ప్ ఫ్రమ్ ఫర్జానా ఆర్ టీమ్ ఫ్రమ్ నౌ అట్లీస్ట్ ఈ రోజుకైతే సో ఇస్ దేర్ ఎ వే దట్ ఇప్పుడు టైం ఎంత అవుతుంది ఇండియాలో 9 అవుతుంది కదా మీరు ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేశారు
8 o'clock.
స్టార్ట్ చేశారు 9:30కి దాకా తీసుకొని 9:30కి ఆపేసేయండి మీ సెషన్ ని
ఓకే
9:30కి ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ బ్రేక్ ఇవ్వండి 9:30 to 10
Hmm.
10 to 11 10 to 11:30 అట్లా మళ్ళీ 1 hour 1.5 hour తీసుకోగలుగుతారా నేను కూడా ఉంటా సెషన్
దేనికి మళ్ళీ ఏ టాపిక్?
సేమ్ ఇదే టాపిక్ ని నేను ఏమంటానంటే మళ్ళా దానికి ఒక సపరేట్ సెక్షన్ మళ్ళీ ఓ టైం పెట్టుకోకుండా మీరు ఇప్పుడు చెప్పిన సెషన్ ని ఒకసారి ఇప్పుడు బ్రేక్ ఇచ్చినాక 9:30 తర్వాత 10 o'clock కి విల్ గివ్ ద కంట్రోల్ టు పర్సన్.
ఓకే
సో పర్సన్ అని సేమ్ అదే ఒకసారి రిపీట్ చేయమని అందాము.
ఓకే మీరు అనేది ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళు
చేసి అనుకోండి మొత్తం స్ట్రాంగ్నెస్ వచ్చేస్తుంది, అప్పుడు టెన్షన్ ఉంటుంది కదా.
ఓకే
ఓకేనా, ఒక్కొక్క సెక్షన్ చేసింది అనుకో పర్సన్ చెలరైపోతుంది తర్వాత.
అంతే కదా. ఓకే సరే అయితే.
నన్ను ఈ భూమి మీద తిట్టే ఏకైక మనిషి అది.
ఓకే సో ఏంటంటే వైల్ డూయింగ్ దేర్ వీ నీడ్ టు ఐ మీన్ సపోర్ట్ ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ స్ట్రక్డ్, అంతే కదా.
అంటే అదే మనం మీరు నేను ఇద్దరం ఉంటే ఒక సెషన్ మొత్తం చేసిందంటే మంచి కంట్రోల్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఒకసారి ఇప్పుడు హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ అయితే కంటిన్యూ చేయండి.
ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఫినిష్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత సో దెన్ దే విల్ స్టార్ట్.
అదే కాన్సెప్ట్ మొత్తం అయిపోయినాక మీరు ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ బ్రేక్ చేయండి, దాని తర్వాత తను స్టార్ట్ చేస్తుంది. ఏముంది,
ఓకే
ఈజ్ దట్ ఓకే పర్సన్? హలో,
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So step 4 we have cleared about to maintain the general model along with the custom entity. So then we need to add the UIBB in the UI level. So the main purpose is how to display our entity in the UI level. So for that you need to go to the component configuration. Under this which is already available. 1 second. So just go to customer governance screen. Okay, so wherever you want to add that particular entity, so under the first select and right click. So it is restrictions are expired. So let me open it again. Okay, so here wherever you want, so you need to check the application configuration name. Okay, right click on technical help. So here this is our application component configuration. Okay, this is the component configuration. So under this we need to add, click on go to application configuration. Under this you need to go to the FPM OVP component configuration name, click on it. So here, so first time if you want to create, so you need to create, it will give the option as a create. If it is already there, you need to go to the edit customization. Click on edit customization. Okay, so now we are in the customization screen. So you cannot directly add that entities within the standard. For that, you need to go to the other options and create a customization. Under once it is available, then under this only you just add that UIB. Okay, so you need to come down to completely the below section. Here overview page schema, here you just add one entry here. So like okay, uh, while adding within this table, just go to that option and add that button, add the UIBB. That time you will get this kind of pop-up. Okay, so from that, so you need to provide the component name. Component name is FPM form UIBB GL2. So configuration ID. Earlier we have created, right? So that configuration ID you need to provide here. And so which title you want to see under that section. So you need to provide here under title. Okay. These are the information you need to provide. Okay. One is component name, configuration ID, and title. Okay. Once this is ready, so it will be available under this section.
ఒకసారి మీది సెషన్ అంతా అయిపోయినాక ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఒకసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ అంతా అయిపోయి ఒకసారి ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ చేసేసినాక ఒక్కసారి 5 minutes ఒక గిస్ట్ లాగి కీప్ ఎ నోట్ ఆఫ్ దాట్ ఏం చేసిరు అనేది మొత్తం. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
అదే ఇది ఒక నోట్స్ ప్రిపేర్ చేశాను. సో
Okay.
హై లెవెల్లో స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్. సో ఐ విల్ రికాల్ ఇట్ అగైన్.
ఓకే, అది చాట్లో ఇక్కడ చాట్లో పెట్టేసిండ్రు, అది అయిపోతుంది.
ఓకే,
లేకపోతే ఆ వర్డ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఈమెయిల్ అని చేసి
ఓకే,
ఎనీథింగ్
ఫైన్.
ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి ఉందని అది
మీది నాకే రాలేదు. సో ఇవ్వండి మీరు. అంటే ఇక్కడ నుంచి కొంచెం కష్టం మెయిల్ సెక్షన్ వెళ్ళాం. సో ఐ విల్ చార్ట్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్.
ఓకే, ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి అయితే చెక్ చేసిన యువర్ విష్ ఏమని.
This is not a proper, I think. Okay, I will try to send through via mail. Okay.
పంపించండి, ఈ గ్యాప్ లో చూసుకుంటాను నేను కూడా ఒకసారి. ఓకే. బ్రో సినిమాకి పోయేసి వచ్చిన, బిస్కెట్ ఉంది సినిమా. హారిబుల్ అంటే హారిబుల్. లాస్ట్ ఒక 10 నిమిషాలు తప్ప సినిమాలో అసలు ఏది చెప్పుకొని ఇక్కడ. చూసారా మూవీస్ మీరు బాగానే బ్రహ్మాజీ?
ఏదో ప్లాన్ చేద్దాం అనుకోండి, చాలా చాలా తక్కువ అండి యాక్చువల్ గా.
హారిబుల్. పోకపోతే
బాగుందని మంచి టాక్ వచ్చింది అన్నారు.
అట్లా వాళ్ళు మీడియా తోటి దాంతో దీంతో మేనేజ్ చేస్తారు లమ్డికి. సినిమాకి అసలు ఇంచ్ వాల్యూ లేదు. ఒక వారం కూడా నడవదు సినిమా. భీమ్లా నాయక్ చూసిరా మీరు?
అమ్మో అది అసలు హారిబుల్.
భీమ్లా నాయక్ కంటే కూడా ఈడ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్మెంట్ షాట్లు ఇంకా ఎక్కువనే. ఇంకా మరి ఎంతసేపు ఈయన కూర్చోబెడతారు, ఎంతసేపు నిలబెడతారు రా నాయనా అని ఆటకు వస్తుంది.
ఆడి కోసమే అన్నట్టు ఉంటది సినిమా అంతా.
హారిబుల్. కాన్సెప్ట్ మంచిది కానీ హారిబుల్ డైరెక్షన్ అసలు. సముద్రగాని అనే కొంచెం అన్న ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్ ఉండే నాకు, కానీ దరిదాపులలో కూడా లేడండి.
పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ వాడు ఇన్వాల్వ్ అయిపోతాడు అనుకుంటా డైరెక్టర్ కన్నా.
పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ వచ్చిందంటే ఇంకా దరిద్రాన్ని నాంది.
డైరెక్టర్ చెప్పేదానికన్నా ఈడి ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి.
వినండి కదా ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్, అసలు వీడు వింటే కదా. లాస్ట్ ఒక 10 minutes లో ఒక చిన్న థియరీ చెప్తాడు. ఆ థియరీ మాత్రం చాలా బాగుంటది. అంటే ఒక మనిషి చచ్చిపోయినా చచ్చిపోకపోయినా వాళ్ళ ఫ్యామిలీ కానీ చుట్టుముట్టు ఉండే ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ కానీ ఏది ఆగదు. బేసికలీ టైం విల్ ప్రొవైడ్ సొల్యూషన్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ ప్రాబ్లమ్ దే హ్యావ్. అండ్ వీడు ఉన్నంత మాత్రానో వీడు లేకపోయినంత మాత్రానో ఏం మారిపోయి రావాలని చూపిస్తాడు. అదొకటి బాగుంటుంది కాన్సెప్ట్. ఆ 10 నిమిషాలు తప్ప మీటింగ్ అంతా పాపం పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ అని ఊసబెట్టు నిలబెట్టుకునే అయిపోయింది. ధీరజ్ బాబు బాగా ఇష్టం పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ అంటే.
మీరు డిసప్పాయింట్ చేస్తున్నారు అయితే.
మంచిగా బాబు
డిసప్పాయింట్మెంట్ ఏం లేదు, బాగాలేకపోతే ఇక బాగాలేనట్టు.
బ్రో 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 పేరు ఎందుకు పెట్టా సినిమాకి? వాడు ఏదో అనుకుంటే
వకీల్ సాబ్ నచ్చిందా మీకు? వకీల్ సాబ్
కొంచెం బెటర్.
రామ్ గారి ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ తీసుకోండి.
వకీల్ సాబ్ ఇస్ నాట్ బ్యాడ్.
ఓకే,
అట్లీస్ట్ దాన్ని గుడ్డి మీద మెల్లమేలని అది నయమే జర.
వకీల్ సాబ్ ఇస్ నాట్ ఏ తెలుగు సబ్జెక్ట్ కదండి, అది ఆల్రెడీ హిందీలో తీసి మంచి హిట్ అయిన సబ్జెక్ట్ ని తీసుకున్నాడు. ఇట్స్ నాట్ తెలుగు స్టోరీ.
అది కూడా క్రెడిట్ ఎవరా పవన్ కళ్యాణ్?
అది మీరు హిందీలో చూడండి, అమితాబ్ బచ్చన్ తో కంపేర్ చేసి.
అమితాబ్ బచ్చన్ ప్లస్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ సినిమా కూడా తమిళ పెద్ద హిట్ అమ్మా.
హిట్ కానీ అసలు నువ్వు ఒరిజినల్ అంటే నేను వకీల్ సాబ్ అయితే చూడలేదు, బట్
నేను
హిందీలో అమితాబ్ బచ్చన్ ది
నేను
చూసాను.
మొత్తం ఇంగ్లీష్ వర్జన్ చూసినా,
Extraordinary
హిందీ వర్జన్
concept.
చూసినా. నో, దట్ ఈస్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఇంగ్లీష్ వర్జన్. ఇంగ్లీష్ కూడా
Yeah.
చూసినా, నేను హిందీ కూడా చూసినా, తెలుగు కూడా చూసినా.
ఏమో ఇంగ్లీష్
అన్నిట్లో హిందీ బాగుంటుంది.
హిందీ బాగుంటది. అమితాబ్ బచ్చన్ యాక్షన్, ద వే, ద ప్రెజెంటేషన్ మొత్తం చూసిన తర్వాత
తమిళ్లో అజిత్ కూడా బాగానే చేశాడు. తమిళ్లో కూడా ఉంటారు అజిత్ అని.
అవును.
అవునా?
Same concept.
Okay. So continue to this. So we have added that UABB. So we are provided the WebDen Pro component name and the component configuration and the title of that UABB. So after that, we need to wiring between the UABBs between the standard and the custom configuration. For that, so we need to go to inside the component customization. So select this node and click on widescreen. Okay. So under this, okay. So these are the elements we need to configure under this wiring. So component name, configuration ID. So source of the component FPM form GIBB GL2. So source of the configuration name BSBP root. BSBP root. Okay. So port type lead selection, port identifier standard. So connector class CLBSBP connector BOL REL. So these details while configuring the UABB. Okay. So just note down this information. So port type lead selection, port identifier standard, connector class CL, BS, BP, connector, BOL, REL. Okay, source component FPM form UIBB GL2. So if it is a form based visualization, okay, if you want to table level information, you need to choose FPM list UIBB GL2. Okay, instead of form, you need to choose the list. So in the UI level, you can able to see in the tabular format. Based on our requirement, we need to choose accordingly. Okay. This is clear? Have we noted down?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Move on to the next step. So while adding this UIBB, if have any additional buttons, you can remove it, like create, delete, or if you don't want under that, just go to our custom. Go back to this wiring overview page schema. Just select this one. For example, unnecessary buttons, if you don't want, so just select. Yeah, basically I already removed. There is a option, so you need to select that option, and you need to select instead of visible, you need to choose none. Okay, while creating, I will tell you. So these are the steps which is required to implement the AI level. Okay, so then actual logic. So after data model, Genil model, and maintenance of Genil, and AI configuration was completed, you need to write the actual logic to send this custom attribute to the custom table to read the data from the custom table to screen level. So for this, you need to create one custom handler class. Okay. So to create any custom class, you need to go to SC24. Okay, just create option. While creating it, you need to provide the inheritance from the superclass. Superclass name is CL MDG BS ECC handler is the superclass. So by using this inheritance, you will get all the methods which are available from this class while creating this custom class. Okay, so just go to inside. So properties. So this is the superclass which I have inherited. So go to the methods. So by default, just uncheck this one. So all these methods are available from the standard class, but I don't want all these methods from this class. I want only specific methods which I want to read the data and send the data. So for this, so if you want to do any method as an implementation, you need to select and click on redefine button. Just click on this redefine button. Automatically this becomes a actual implementation method under this custom class. Okay, so I want to show only my implemented methods. For that, I need to choose filter. Okay, these are the methods which I have redefined from the main class. Okay, so what are the methods and what is the purpose of each? Okay, so there is a one method sort underscore entities. So this under this method we need to specify our custom entity. So basically this method will trigger all the entities within that main UA. Like so BP model is having multiple of entities, right? So I don't want to call every entity type, so I just want to utilize my custom entity type. So for this we need to implement this method. So just go inside this logic. Okay, so this is the parameter. From this I am restricting only for my custom entity. So loop internal table, provide the variable, and if this is the custom entity, just pass CT entities. CT entities is the output parameters. Okay, this is the step one. Okay, note down this logic. Okay, move on to the next method. Save additional data object. Okay, so implemented the sort entities. Step 11. So I want to send this data to the custom table. So while activating the CR, so it will trigger these two methods. One is map data to API. Okay, so API means application programming interface. It is sending the data from staging area to actual active tables. So for this, it will call this method and the actual table updation will be happen in the save additional object data. So these are the two methods which will call while activating the CR. So backend username is SAP WFRT. It will while executing it, so it will call these two methods. So for that, so we need to implement these methods. So first go to API. Okay, so this is my entity. I need to provide the check. So entity name is ZLEGD. So IS data is the parameter. So under this, I am reading my attribute details. My attribute name is ZZLEGEDV. From this, if this value is there, then this is the external CSD data ext is the actual data. Under this, I am just passing data or of attribute name I am reading. So this is the actual table. This is my runtime value. So I want to pass this structure inside this structure. So I am just passing this attribute value to here. It is a just internal runtime. So yeah, it is not updating actual table. Okay, we need to map in this method. So read this attribute and pass into the actual table information. So we are considering IS data is the importing parameter. CT data ext is the exporting parameters. Okay. So once it is mapping ready to API, then go to the save additional data object. Okay. So here actual data saving is happen under the custom table. So my custom table name is this GT MDG BPT LEG ADV. Okay, for this first I am reading this attribute name. So if this value is available, then this is the actual value for the BP number. So basically my this table is having three attributes, if you remember. Okay, mandate, partner, and the actual attribute, legal advisor name. Okay, so for this I want to pass mandate. Mandate by using system variables, I can take it up. So sy under sy hyphen mandate is the system parameter. So I'm assigning this to this mandate client number. Okay, so as well as I want partner ID. So partner ID, how I can get? So I need to go to this structure. So this is the way, like partner hyphen header hyphen object underscore instant hyphen BP number. So where it will get. Go to the structure. So this is the structure. So under this partner, okay, partner is having the, it is not a direct attribute. So inside that, so what is the next navigation? Header. So this is the another attribute inside that partner. So inside again, there is a one more structure. So go to that. So again, after that object underscore instant. So this is the attribute. Under this, this is again the not a direct attribute. So you need to go to inside that structure. So under this, you will get the BP partner ID with the 10 characters. Okay. So for this, it is not a direct attribute. We need to frame the attribute with like this. It is a nested structure actually. Partner under partner header under object instant under BP partner. Okay, from this structure. So finally you will get the BP number. So to get this BP number, you need to frame like this. Okay, so mandate is fine, BP number is fine. So then, so this is the legal value, whatever and the UL level you are providing some value. So automatically in the runtime, you will get here. So that name value will be come here. You are just reading from this and passing into this. So all this structure assignment is completed. This structure has to be updated in the actual table. So this is the syntax: modify custom table from structure. Okay. So this will be stored in the custom table. So this part is only to store the data into the custom table. Okay. So if you want to note on that custom that standard structure, so MDG, BS, BP, S, ECC, external. Okay. So these are the three methods which we have implemented for to store the data. So now while opening any customer, I want to see same data into the UA level. For that, we need to use two more methods. Okay, sort entities completed and to API save additional data. So this is the method. Okay, so here implemented these two. This is also done. Then one more step is get object data by entity, map data to 2STA. So if you remember, so 2STA to API, while enhancing any custom tables under custom fields under the existing entity. So we are using two mapping structures, right? 2STA to API. Like this, here also we are just mapping this, implementing this method to store the tables. So to read the data from 2 into the staging, you need to implement these two methods. Okay, so just go to the 2STA. Here also you need to restrict with the custom entity. So read the partner. If the partner is available, then so this is the attribute name from the data model level. So that's what it is, leg adv. Okay, so from this you just provide the partner number and adv, I mean legal advisor field, so to this structure. Okay, BP header and this one. So after that, just insert this structure into final table like CT data. Okay, this is to STA mapping. Then last method is get object data by entity. So here entity restriction. So assigning field symbol. So where the data is coming. So we have stored the data into the custom table, right? So just write the query, select a single star from this custom table, and where partner number and the partner number is equal to whatever we are reading that CR. So you will get against that partner, you will get the structure, whole structure. Okay, from this you just create one data object with reference to this custom table and assigning this redefine this object to internal structure, and internal structure is available. Whatever the values are coming from the custom table, you just map it here. Once it is ready, just pass this final ER data. So ER data is here. Just pass this information, whatever you have assigned. So this information is passed into this. Now this information will be available in the EA11. Okay, these are the steps are involved inside. One more thing you need to configure. So after completing this custom handler, you need to specify this handler clause inside this navigation. Okay, MDG MG under central governance for business partner node. So here specify handler processed by access class. Click on. So you need to maintain what is the data model and what is the handler class name. This configuration need to be taken care. Okay. So these are the steps, and as well as this is the structure we need to add over here. So using append structure, you just add whatever the field you want to maintain. So those attributes you need to extend from this structure. Okay, MDG, BS, VP is ECC external. Okay, so using the append structure. So these are the steps to implement custom entity with custom table. So these many steps are involved. So in the brief overview, first we have created one custom table. After that, creating the custom entity. So inside that, you just added the attribute, what is the type of the entity, and generated the structures. So this is step one. Step two, you have created Genil model object by using this T code Genil model browser. So using enhancement, you have created data object and relationship. The step three, so you have created the custom component configuration. Using this standard component, you have created component configuration using this standard fader class, and this you have assigned the object. Okay, so after that, you need to maintain this information under this cluster class. So after that, so you have added the UIBB, whatever you have created from the component configuration. So you need to map over here. So after that, you need to use the wiring for that UIBB with the specified details. If you don't want to uh, require any additional buttons, you just choose that buttons and click on the option none. So that it will hide from the UI level. So after that, you need to create a custom handler class using this super class. You need to extend this structure using append structure, add the custom field, whichever you want. After that, you need to implement these methods. This clause you need to specify under this node. So these are the methods we have implemented. So these are the methods. This once everything is ready, so the field is available at the customer governance, and it will be stored and it will be read it. Yeah, the session got closed. Initially, I have seen, right? So Okay, search customers. The customer number which we have created, something 131. Yeah. Okay, so this is a customer details. So here I have added this whatever I have shown earlier, right? So this is the legal data, is the ABB. So legal advisor. So I have maintained one value test name. So this is showing over here. So if you want to go to the table, let's see, 11. So against this partner number, so I have updated the legal advisor name. So once it is saved, then only we can see over here against this customer. This is the expectation, and by using these many steps, once it is implemented, you can achieve this functionality. Okay, are you clear? Once you have practiced fully, then only you will get confident. Okay, there are so many steps are involved.
Okay.
Yeah, Ram, done from my end. Hello.
Maybe Ram.
Okay, so you want to take some break and you can start from your end. So whichever the steps which are involved. If you have any questions, just let us. Okay. Thank you all.
Farzana? 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 So then call the recording up. అదే కాల్ కంటిన్యూ కాల్ చేస్తుంటే నేను అమ్మతోటి హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఒక పెంట పెడుతున్నా నాకు.
Farzana, are you there?
మ్యామ్ చెప్పండి మ్యామ్.
రికార్డింగ్ స్టాప్ అయిందా? ఇంకా అవుతూనే ఉంది. నేను రికార్డ్ స్టాప్ కొట్టినా రికార్డ్ టు కంప్యూటర్, రికార్డ్ టు క్లౌడ్ అంటుంది. క్లౌడ్ కి ఇవ్వాలా?
క్లౌడే మ్యామ్.
స్టాప్ రికార్డింగ్ కొడుతున్నా ఇంకా నేను.
కొట్టేసాను.
ఓకే. ఐ థింక్ వీ కెన్ ఎండ్ దిస్ మీటింగ్ 10 o'clock. ఇంకొకటి ఉంది మీటింగ్ ఐడి కావాలంటే అది వాడుకోవచ్చు.
ఓకే.
అయితే ఉండండి సార్, ఇందులో ఉన్నారా?
మ్యామ్ ఎగ్జిట్ అయిపోయాడు సార్ కూడా.
ఓకే, రిలీజ్ చేసేస్తున్నా నేను కూడా. మనం
Okay.
డైరెక్ట్ గా సెకండ్ మీటింగ్ జాయిన్ అవుతాం. ఆ మీటింగ్ ఐడి ఇస్తాను.
ఓకే. ఎప్పుడు మ్యామ్ ఆ సెకండ్ మీటింగ్?
కాదు, ఇప్పుడు బ్రహ్మాజీ సార్ వస్తా అన్నారా లేదన్నారా? ఇప్పుడు వద్దని క్లోజ్
బ్రహ్మాయి సార్ మీరు బ్రేక్ తీసుకొని వస్తాను, మీరు తీసుకుంటా అన్నారు కదా, బ్రేక్ తీసుకొని రండి అన్నట్టు అన్నాడు.
అయితే వద్దు, ఇదే కంటిన్యూ చేయండి.
ఓకే.
రికార్డింగ్ అయితే నేను స్టాప్ చేశాను. మళ్ళీ మీకు కావాలి అన్నప్పుడు ఆన్ చేసుకోండి.
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
మా ధీరజ్
చెప్పు ఫర్జానా,
మెసేజ్ చూసావా?
ఏమని?
బ్రహ్మాజీ మెసేజ్ చేశారు. ఐ హ్యావ్ సమ్. అరే రికార్డింగ్ స్టాప్ చేద్దాం.